Hell yeah, baby. Niners are victorious. Here we go, guys. Niners are headed to the NFC Championship to face none other than the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship. Man, it feels good, guys. A little closer than I thought it was going to be. Well, I guess it's as close as I thought it was going to be, but not as high scoring as I thought it was going to be. I didn't think this was going to be such a defensive game like it was, man. I thought Dallas was going to score a little more. I thought the 49ers were going to score a little more, man. But hey, shout out to the defense today, man. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link right now, see if we get any callers in. So give me 1 second, guys. I forgot to do that pre-stream. Dropping the link right now. We got Raphael in here. What's up, Raphael? I hope you're having a great night, man. I guarantee you are right now after that victory. Appreciate you being here as always, man. But yeah, man, I think the talk of the town today is going to be D'Amico Ryans and this defense, man. Brock Purdy, his poise was great today, man. He outperformed the veteran Dak Prescott that has a huge contract over there for Dallas, man. So his future is probably going to be in question. Dak Prescott's, but Brock Purdy, man. Dak Prescott throws two interceptions to Brock Purdy's none. Now, Brock Purdy almost had probably a couple near interceptions, but tip passes, stuff like that's going to happen. Now with Dak Prescott, he got away with a couple as well because he threw his two interceptions, but he also threw a couple that should have been intercepted. One of them was to Dre Greenlaw right in his damn chest. And Dre Greenlaw catches it with his chest instead of his hands. That's why he plays defense, man. But man, I feel good after today. Please, everybody, like and subscribe. Before we go too far into the stream, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Even if you catch this stream post live, if you catch it later on, I would really appreciate that. And Raphael 5629er, he shouts out a guy that deserves many a kudos today, man. Fred Warner balled out, man, playing up to his potential, his status as an all-pro, dude. This guy is, man, he was going off today. He made up for the interception that somebody that I called out for a hot take, Jimmy Ward. I thought he could get a pick six today, at least an interception. I thought there was two times today where he could have intercepted the ball. Luckily, Fred Warner was there to pick up the slack when it bounced out of Jimmy Ward's hands because Jimmy Ward had to go and dive for that catch. So he almost had the interception, man. That was Luckily, Fred Warner was there to get that one. But, dude, Fred Warner was just flying all over the place. 49ers bring the blitz, one-on-one coverage on CD Lamb with Fred Warner, and he breaks up the pass. Dude, he's right there. Just awesome stuff today by Fred Warner and the defense overall. A lot of things were being said, of course, about D'Amico Ryans having those interviews, whether that was going to throw him off his game. This dude, he went and just outperformed, man. He was laser focused. He got it done. I actually heard that I believe Jay Glazer went and reported it, but I think it went through Twitter, and that D'Amico Ryans actually canceled two of his interviews so he can focus on this game plan to execute against the Cowboys. And I think it showed today, man. The defense, like I said before, picked up the slack when the offense doesn't put points on the board, man. And that's what we want to see. When one aspect of the game isn't having or performing at their best, the other one is going to pick up the slack. Even special teams today, man. Ray McLeod, get your head in the game, bro. It doesn't matter, if you don't get as many yards is one thing, but you cannot muff punts like that, man. Just ask Kyle Williams. We don't need somebody ruining our playoff chances and our chances for the Super Bowl. Just ask Kyle Williams, like I said, in the NFC Championship, he muffed a punt, cost us the game, man. So Ray McLeod, tighten things up, man. You got to hold on to that ball like it's your baby, dude. And I was expecting to see Deebo Samuel back in the return position after Ray McLeod made that fumble. So we didn't get to see that, but we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully he just cleans things up. Ray McLeod has been pretty good for us all season, but you can't be doing things like that. It's just ridiculous. We got Bebop Jones in here. What's up, Bebop, aka Cowboy Angel. Sorry if you don't want to be called that anymore. I'm curious to see. Let me know if you're going to change your name back after what just happened. Let's effing go. Hell yeah. We got Steve-O Supremo in here. Says, why can no DBs catch Purdy's ball right to them? Is he the chosen one? Could be, man. It could be some juju. But like even one thing, Jimmy Garoppolo, one of the things that I said is utilized as part of his game that's I think it's kind of understated, is with his quick release. I feel like DBs, because they a lot of people want to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo's near interceptions as well as Brock Purdy's, but I think these guys' quick release is so good that the DBs don't have as much time to react. But that was a weird pass too as well, man. I think DBs play DB for a reason. They're not wide receivers for a reason. Their hands, their hand-eye coordination is not as good as wide receivers, I believe, man. Steve-O Supremo says, we want Philly. Yeah, man. Oh, Bebop Jones going to be in Philly. Hey, we got Jaguayo backstage, so I'm going to go ahead and bring Jaguayo up. Hope he's ready with his thoughts and ready to go off on these Cowgirls. Yo, Jaguayo, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing fabulous, man, honestly. The sports bar had a bunch of Cowboys fans today, and they were loud until the end. They decided they were going to duck their heads nice and low and sneak out of the sports bar, try to go unnoticed.
Yeah, I had a lot of cars right here where I live at with Cowboys flags flying and honking their horns before the game, and after the game, nothing. Nothing. It was silent, dude.
Yeah, man.
It was silent. But no, they played. You know, it's a playoff game. It's a big game. I thought, I got to give props to Dallas. Their defense played really well, and they made it hard for us. But I think in the second half, I think Kyle just kind of committed to, hey, let's run the ball. Let's use up the clock. And I think we kind of wore him down a little bit more in the second half. But, I mean, we did what we had to do. Dak threw the interceptions, and we capitalized on them. But I'm just great win. Don't get me wrong. Great win. A win is a win. But we got to play a little better next week against Philly, because if we get inside the red zone against Philly, we have to score touchdowns. We cannot do field goals. That's the main thing that I got out of this game is if we would have scored touchdowns, we would have got at least 30 points on the Cowboys.
Yeah, you would have forced Dak Prescott into a situation where he causes more mistakes as well.
Exactly. But I mean, overall, man, I'm happy. And we just gotta clean up a couple of things. And again, our defense played great, man. 12 points. Come on. It's just an outstanding, if you think about it, of all the 4 games, this is the most defensive game. And we, the offense was scoring a lot for the Cowboys, was what, like 30 points or something like that coming in, or during the year or whatever.
Yeah, 4 straight games of scoring 37 plus points, and 7 out of the last 8 are 30 plus points.
Exactly, man. So we did a great job. Yeah, we did a great job. But I just think that the Eagles they're a tough team. They're a tough team, The good thing I think I heard was that the weather seems to be okay over there. I think the forecast is just really cold, but I don't think any snow or rain right now.
Hopefully
so it
not.
should be a good field. And Purdy just he's gotta do what he has to do next week, and then we're off to the Super Bowl, man.
Continue to stay poised, man, like he did today. He outperformed a veteran.
There you go. Yeah. And but that's what I wanted to tell you today. Happy, a win's
Happy
a win.
victory.
Good victory, man. Good victory. I just drank a victory beer, and and so hopefully Next week we keep it going, and let's go and whoever is going to be there. I think the Bengals are going to beat the Chiefs. They own the Chiefs. They've beaten them
so.
3. So I think it might be, if we can beat the Philadelphia, I think it's going to be Niners Bengals, dude.
Yep. Back to history, man.
Back to history.
As everyone knows, the 49ers have faced the Bengals before in the Super Bowl, so might just be back to this historical matchup.
Yeah. So anyway, you have yourself a good evening. Stay safe.
Likewise. Have a beer for me, man.
Blessed. Oh yeah, man. No doubt. Okay.
All right. Jaguayo, as always, have a great night, man. Great to have you.
You too, man.
All right, guys, that was an awesome call from Jaguayo. He brings up a lot of great points, man. And I just, I love how poised Purdy showed himself to be today. I don't think our O-line played their best game. They gave up a lot of pressures in this game and allowed a lot of pressure in Purdy's face today more often. So kudos to the Cowboys. I'm going to give them their kudos. They showed up to play today, man. They came and at least defensively, they played a pretty good game, man. Roy Estrada is actually a Cowboy fan, says, Cowboy fan for life. Congratulations and no excuses. You all saw the game. We have a Super Bowl defense as well. Enjoy the win for 24th because the win means nothing if you don't win the Super Bowl. Good luck. Yeah, man. We got eyes on the Super Bowl, guys. We sure do, man. We need to get past the Eagles. Probably going to be another tough test, but I'm glad that the 49ers, Brock Purdy, got to withstand this test before heading up against the Eagles because the Cowboys seem to be another team that was neck and neck with the Eagles. So kind of just like a litmus test for us, I think is a good way to test our quarterback before that matchup against the Eagles. So hopefully I think the O-line is going to be something we got to ramp up a little better. And, Kyle Shanahan getting Purdy out of the shotgun and on the move is going to be something to get to as well, get some of that pressure out of Purdy's face. We got Information Man Show backstage. You're going to bring him on real quick. Hope he's ready. Information Man Show.
What's going on, man? How you doing, man? I enjoy your channel. I was watching you guys. I think Saturday night you had a lot of folks on. Good conversation. Let me just say this. I'm not going to be long. I've been following the 49ers ever since they had OJ back in the day. So I'm 53 years old. I've been a long-time follower of the team. And I got to be honest with you, and I don't want to sound, hyperbolic here, but I never felt nervous or concerned about the Dallas Cowboys. And the reason why is that when you look at the 49ers, they have all the ingredients at all 3 levels. People have been talking about the linebacking core, as you already know, the defensive rush. We know what that's been doing, but also the secondary, if you noticed, has gotten a little bit better. They're a little underrated in what they do. Yeah. I felt that they could beat Dallas because Prescott is just too inconsistent. Excuse me. Yeah. If you look at his background, he's inconsistent in big games. And let's be honest here, everybody. The Dallas Cowboys put up big numbers against a team that the 49ers destroyed them. Yeah. And Tom Brady's not playing well. The Bucks are not playing good football. So basically, they got a bye last week as far as I'm concerned. They ran up against a really good defense in the 49ers. Yeah. And I believe that this is a litmus test for Philadelphia. I'm more concerned about Philadelphia than I was Dallas, but I think do not underestimate the Niners. Brock didn't play too good in the beginning. He's a rookie, but he kind of kept it together. The main thing is he didn't throw interceptions, right? But exactly. Prescott, he threw 2 interceptions. So if Brock cannot throw interceptions against Philadelphia, if the Niners can keep the game close, I think they have the pieces to the puzzle to pull out a win. I think the game is going to be a close game, and my prediction that the 49ers are going to probably squeeze it out by a touchdown or a field goal kick because it's going to go neck and neck. This is the key. If they can control, and it's been difficult to do this, Hurts, his running, his scrambling ability, I think that will be the Achilles heel for the Niners. I think they can measure up in all the other areas, but can they stop him from running and breaking off those runs? That's the concern that I have. But my prediction is that I see the 49ers playing in the Super Bowl as they've always done in the past against the Bengals. I think we're going to see them against the Bengals and not Kansas. That's what I wanted to say. I thank you, brother. Great show you got here.
Hey, bro. Appreciate it, man. All great points. You have a show yourself?
Yeah, I have my channel. I deal with more social issues type of channel, but I love sports. I follow sports. I have a little channel that I'm working on for a sports channel, but mostly social and political and cultural commentary about things that are happening in our world today. But I love sports, and I've been watching your channel, and keep it up, man. I think you had a great, fantastic crowd over here on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And your channel can only continue growing with what you're doing over here. So peace to you.
Hey, likewise, man. We might have to collab on a couple things because I might start brewing up a similar type of channel podcast.
Oh, that's no problem, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Beings, we all have lives outside of sports, so it's good to talk about those things as well. Everybody, go check out Information Man Show and see if it's the thing for you. That'd be really cool.
Now, if it isn't for you, my sports channel is Prime Sports Media, where I'm primarily covering issues around Deion Sanders and his journey to Colorado, Jackson State, and I'll also be touching on other sports topics. But the channel is really centered around his journey. And then, so you know, my first channel, The Information Man Show, it is polarizing content. So if you can't handle that, I get it. But I got about 15,000 subs on that channel. That channel's still growing. The sports channel's very small, medium, right? Not even medium, just baby size right now. But look, man, I will be continuing to support your channel, and I'll be telling folks about your channel as well, because I like what you're doing over here, and I like your positiveness. So everybody, take care.
Appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna go check you out, and you know, even if people disagree with you, just go check it out and give positive feedback as well, man. Thanks for being on. Hey, for real, good conversation. Ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Right. I did a couple of videos about the controversial issues around Ed Reed and the things he said about Bethune-Cookman. So it's I cover all different issues that people need to be aware of. All right, man. I'll be listening. Peace.
All right, bro. Take care.
All right.
Thank you. All right, we got my boy David McNiner in the house. What's up, David? How you doing?
I'm good. That was a very hard-fought game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was a defensive battle. The Cowboys' defense straight up showed up to play.
Oh, yeah. You know? So kudos to them, man. Do you think, because this is what I think. Of course, you know, Dan Quinn, he knows Kyle Shanahan very well. They coach together, so they kind of know each other in and out for the most part. They've kind of gone on from their past and grown a little bit. So there is a little bit of unfamiliarity. Can't even talk. But I think that showed today is their familiarity with each other. And I think the 49ers offense might do a little better, even though the Eagles have a better defense. The 49ers will probably have a better game plan for that. Do you think Dan Quinn was a big issue in the offensive schematics today, performance?
I think Dan Quinn's a good defensive coach.
That too.
You know?
Yeah.
He showed up with a great game plan. Mm-hmm. And let's be honest here. Okay, if Jimmy G was our QB, would we have won this game?
Oh no.
He would have took 5+ sacks. He would have thrown, or he would have took 3 to 4 sacks and thrown a couple INTs just trying to get rid of the ball. Well, you know, I just have to say it.
Let's bring up this comment because it pertains to exactly what you're touching on and what I was going to respond to it. Roy Estrada says, Wolfcast, you guys need to have Jimmy G ready to go. Purdy showed a lot of green today. Dak is our Achilles, and we can take all the hate. We ain't ducking. We love our boys. See you next year. Yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see. You know, maybe history is going to repeat itself 3 times straight in the playoffs like years before. 70s, 80. It was 80s and 90s, right? Mm-hmm. Was it 80s? Yeah. Okay. No, it was 70s and 80s. 3 straight times in the playoffs against the 49ers with the Cowboys.
In the 90s, they kind of owned us in the 90s, to be honest with you.
We beat them that one time for the Super Bowl. Yep. But 3 straight times in the 70s and 80s. This might be 3 straight times. So we might see the Cowboys here again next year in the playoffs. But he says Purdy showed a lot of green. Bro, I don't think so, man. He was the most poised quarterback on the field today. You have Jimmy Garoppolo out there. He would have taken a lot more of those sacks. Purdy offers that mobility and that poise where he can get out of the pocket. Now, the O-line is the unit that struggled today, I think, and didn't allow Purdy to execute the offense to where he usually does. What do you think, David? I know what
I think that front seven of the Cowboys straight up showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are the 8th ranked defense in the NFL. We've played against the 4th ranked defense. That was the Commies, and we beat them up pretty bad. And now I think the Phillies have had the 3rd ranked defense, but they also have their problems too. They gave up a 40-burger to the Cowboys at their house.
Yeah.
So, week by week, everything changes. We don't know what's going to happen next week. All we hope for is that we walk out of Philly with a victory. And
hell yeah.
It's the Green Chickens. We're going to the Green Chickens house, and hopefully we're ready to pluck and stuff those chickens.
Yes, sir. I think that's going to be a very heavy run game from both teams that week. Where I do think going back to Jimmy G real quick, where he excels is converting third downs, 3rd and longs, like 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 7s. And that was pretty big today, man. But Purdy got it done. And of course, like I talked about before, the seam route to Kittle was a charm today, man. One of probably the highlight catch of his season was a seam route. So that was beautiful, man. It was awesome.
And Bebop brings up another thing. Demo. He's not lying. Diamador Lenore.
Beautiful interception.
So Michael Gallup had a whole whopping no catches for no yards.
Dude,
it's like Demo. Where'd you find the inner beast, bro?
I'm telling you guys, bro. I've been telling you guys. That's why I wanted Demo to get a pick 6 last week, because Demo's been there, bro. He got out physicaled a little bit by like a couple catches by Devontae Adams. Well, so did Mooney Ward, man, but they're very good in coverage. I don't think Mooney Ward even really gave up much today. So, dude, shout out to both those corners, both at a high level.
I mean, dude, our defense, the flaw of our defense is the zone coverage has soft spots.
Yeah.
And CeeDee Lamb was in every soft spot that we had. I mean, that's just how it was.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing about the 49ers. They'll give you everything underneath, death by 1,000 paper cuts. So, that's what they're going to try and do. That's what they try to do with CeeDee Lamb. Quick out routes, quick ins, quick comebacks. The 49ers will get that stuff. They'll give that stuff up a little bit until you get to the red zone. Things get condensed. That's where they really make their stops and make you settle for field goals if your kicker can even make them. Which he made like what, 2 today?
He did.
I was surprised.
He made his kicks today. I was like, I was hoping he would miss, but it didn't, because last week that was hilarious, missing 4 freaking extra points. Really, dude?
He can't make an extra point, but he made a damn 43-yarder today. That makes no sense at all to me.
I know.
Oh, no.
I don't know what was off about him last week. Maybe. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Could have been totally a mental thing.
Shout out to our kicker, man. Like Steve-O Supremo says here too, game ball to gold. I wouldn't say game ball. I would give the game ball to like maybe Fred Warner. But gold, man. He's good as gold, and he's knocking some of that rust off. So he's doing good for us, man. Appreciate him as always.
Shout out to him for talking smack to the Cowboys after he hit a field goal.
Bro, as always.
I don't know if you saw that.
Robbie Gould always gets fired up, especially for a kicker, man. You don't really see that. So, and he's an older kicker, bro. What is he like 41 now?
He's 40. I think he's 40. I think he turns 41.
That's crazy. And he's still doing it at a high level, man. Good as gold for a reason. Yeah, man, we might be, I'm just going to be honest, we might be having to settle for a few field goals next week against the Eagles. I'm just going to be honest, because they have a very stout defense over there, very stout secondary. So curious to see how that's going to pan out. very heavy run game is what I see in the near future. But we got another caller I'm going to bring up real quick, Mr. Eric Wallace. Hope he's ready. Seahawks fan in the house. What's up, Eric Wallace?
Hey, how you doing tonight, fellas?
Man, I'm feeling good, bro. We got the victory. It wasn't as pretty as I wanted it to be, but we won, so that's what counts.
Yes, sir.
Had another bro, like I told you before, another Seahawks fan that I've met at the sports bar. That's a pretty cool guy, and we were kind of chopping it up about the 49ers, and he had a lot of good things to say. But what do you got on your mind today, Eric?
Well, that was a very tough game.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but y'all did it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep, they definitely did it, and now
yeah, man.
they just gotta keep doing it.
NFC Championship bound, like MD Tao here says, looking forward to the Eagles. Let's go 49ers. Hell yeah, let's do it. We're going to have to travel to Philly now for the NFC Championship. I'm curious to see if it's going to snow. I think as of right now, like we heard earlier, the forecast is supposed to be decent weather. Hopefully it won't be snowing. So we'll just see, because forecasts always change. But yeah, man. Anything else on your mind, Eric? Hello?
Huh?
No, I was talking to Eric, but
that, like, with the big thing is that Brock Purdy has definitely become a great quarterback.
yeah, man, he's doing really good. He's showing a lot of poise, and the mobility really gets us out of some sticky situations, man. There was even a 3rd and long where he avoided the sack and got pretty close to converting the first down, man. So shout out to him.
He can do it all, buddy. He can do it all.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
All right, let me go through some of the comments. Steve-O Supremo says, I'm guessing we will be 4.5 point underdogs against the Eagles. That could be very well. I think that's pretty reasonable for Vegas odds. And you know what, man? The 49ers might be going into a game that where something that hasn't happened in a while, where the 49ers are the underdogs. Do you think that's going to be the case? David? Do you think that's going to be the case, that this is going to be the first time in a while that the 49ers are going to be underdogs, according to Vegas?
Yes. I think we will be, because it's at Philadelphia. And 4.5 points, I mean, it'll probably be somewhere between 3 and 4.5 points. It probably will be somewhere in that range.
I think so, man. I think so. We have a question from Steve-O Supremo right now. He said, did Drake or 99, which is Kinlaw, did Javon Kinlaw play today? Drake Jackson did not play today. I have a list of the inactives we'll go over real quick. I really was surprised. I was shocked. I really wanted Drake Jackson to play today. I think he could have helped make a difference. Now, the 49ers, they played they executed very well on defense, so you can't hound them too much. But I still think Drake Jackson would have helped, because I did see at times that our defensive line was gassed at some points in time. But yes, Javon Kinlaw did play today. Drake Jackson did not. He was inactive, as well as, of course, Jimmy Garoppolo. Ty Davis-Price, our running back, was inactive. Ambry Thomas. Alex Barrett was a surprising one, because he was activated yesterday. He was listed as non-active today. Nick Zakel was non-active, as well as Tyler Croft. They actually went with Dwelly today, man. And so I was expecting a big Dwelly catch, a big, maybe even a red zone target. Didn't happen, but Dwelly was active today, man. So that's pretty cool.
I mean, okay, so Tyler Croft's a better tight end than Dwelly.
Allegedly.
Number one. Number two, Drake Jackson.
Yeah, he was inactive. Both of those guys were inactive.
I mean, this next week is the time to activate Drake Jackson. Number one, to help contain Jalen Hurts.
Yes, sir.
And, he's going to be looking to throw the ball to Devontae Adams and A.J. Brown. And, Drake Jackson and his batted passes is just plain going to come in handy,
Yeah. That
and what I saw, the other defensive end opposite Bosa, they were getting in there. They were making a play here and there, but I didn't see anything fantastic. I don't see why we're not activating Drake Jackson. I don't know.
Like you said, man, he better be active next week. I'm sure you noticed it. I know I noticed it. The 49ers D-line was really gassed at times, man. I saw Bosa huffing and puffing as well as some of the other guys. And you know what? Real quick, man, this guy, Armstead, could have had a safety at the end of the game. What the hell was that?
I'll tell you what that was. Dak, as he was doing it, ducked his head down and made it so it would have been a headshot. And it would have been an automatic flag.
No, all you got to do is wrap your arms around him. At least one arm. Put one hand up so that you can deflect a pass and one arm around him. That's crazy.
That's what Dak did. Dak ducked down to make it so he'd have to hit his helmet or his head and get a flag.
Well, I'm gonna be real, guys. That was a complete letdown from Armstead, who's gotten a huge contract, about 17 million per year, and that's a complete whiff, bro. You can seal the game right there. I know he's gonna hear that in the locker room all week, man, and it's gonna gas him up for next week. All in good fun, man. It is what it is. He fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what?
He could have wrapped him up and just kind of leaned back and tried to stay away from his head. And if the ref calls it, be like, dude, he ducked into it. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to just let him go because he ducks?
Wrap him like an octopus, man. You don't have to hit him. You don't have to crash into him. Just wrap your arms around him.
Dude, if Armstead gets that,
he literally just chest bumped him.
Stacks him back there. Number 1, 2 points.
Push him out of bounds.
Number 2, they're kicking the ball off to us.
Bro, push him out of bounds. Something. No, there's no excuse, bro. No, he needs to hear about that, man. I hope he gets clowned on all week about that. But Dre Greenlaw, he dropped the interception that could have been a pick six to seal the game as well. That was pretty funny, man. But these guys, they play defense for a reason.
This is true. They're not wide receivers and tight ends for a reason, right?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Greenlaw for being there, but hopefully he can catch it next time. And that's why you don't catch with your chest. You got to catch it with your hands. But hey, he was there, man. He was there to make.
Yeah, Steve O'Sprino was right. I mean, Devontae Smith. Uh-oh. So while Wolf left his Wi-Fi, okay, he's back.
All right. I like this comment right here by Bebop Jones. Says, "Bang bang, fuck your life." Oh no, let's go. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go through some of the comments real quick. But what are your thoughts on D'Amico Ryans? I heard he actually turned down 2 interviews today to focus on the game. There was a tweet going around, I guess, from Jay Glazer. So I thought that was very interesting. He took 2 interviews, but he turned 2 of them down.
Yeah, he took the Broncos and the Texans interview, and then he turned the Cardinals, and I can't remember who else down.
The Cardinals. Who the hell do they think they are?
Who wants to be the Red Chickens head coach? That organization.
You think he wants to get clowned on by Kyle Shanahan twice a year in that shit organization? Come on, man.
Well, I'm wondering if he took the Broncos job already. Not allowed to announce anything or make anything official until after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or after the team's eliminated, which hopefully is after the Super Bowl win.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I really hope the 49ers can convince him to stick around if he hasn't already made his decision. But he really had his head in the game today, man. He had a great defensive plan. This defense showed that they can pull the 49ers out of a low-scoring game, man. So they stepped up when the offense couldn't perform as they have for the past 9 weeks. So shout out to the defense today, man. All around the secondary, the D-line, D'Amico Ryan scheming up beautiful blitzes with free rushers at Dak Prescott. Hufanga missed the tackle. That would have been a really nice setback for the Cowboys, but he was there, man. He was there. It really got Dak Prescott out of place, out of out of rhythm. So, scheming up those blitzes. Yeah, man. The 49ers were on their blitz game today. Even the one where Fred Warner broke up the pass to CeeDee Lamb, which was very close and could have been a Fred Warner interception as well. He broke up that pass. He was there in man coverage against one of the best in the league. Permaculture now says McGlinchey needs his flowers. He cleared the way on our one touchdown, really picked up his game in the last 7 games. Seems like the injury is starting to be a thing of the past. Yeah, we've been talking about that at least this week. I know we've been talking about McGlinchey stepping up his game and how he started out the year with his injury, recovering from that. Had his rough patches. He's been doing better, but I think that's more of a shout out to Kyle Shanahan. I've been talking about how schematically he's been getting on these run plays where you get certain guards to pull and block the defenders in their ear holes and stuff like that. They don't see him coming, man. They're getting blindsided by these blocks on the offensive linemen because there's so many moving parts. And McCaffrey gets into the end zone basically unscathed, man. On his own 2 feet, on his own accord. That was beautiful. But yeah, McGlinchey's playing good, but schematically, the offensive line is being helped out as well. Will Kennedy says, Shanahan pissed me off today with the play call. I thought he called a pretty good game. I thought it was really conservative. We talked about it here. I think the game preview yesterday, I think it was. We talked about how aggressive the 49ers might game plan for this week, because against the Seahawks in the rain, the 49ers in the first half came out very aggressive, and a lot of those passes got away from Purdy. Today there was no rain, and they played it very conservatively, I thought, but it worked out. Hopefully we'll be more aggressive against the Eagles, but
maybe Shanahan's trying not to show too much too early.
Oh, there is so much left in the tank. Like, I know they can still use Debo in so many ways, the CMC pass, the fake play, as well as the Debo one, double reverse with Ray McCloud. There's so much in the tank they could still use. But let me see. Let's see if we have any other questions. If you guys have any specific questions or comments for me or David, please put 4 flame emojis in your comment /question so that we can know to get to it as quick as possible. Couch Chronicles, you guys go check out his channel. He's a really cool dude that does 49ers content as well. He says 2 more Faithful Brocky versus Apollo Loading. Yeah, man, they were bringing that up about Brocky Balboa. That dude is a baller, man. He had a lot of pressure in his face today, man, and he showed a lot of poise. The most important thing, sure, you can take the sacks, but don't turn the ball over. And he didn't do that today, so shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
Roy Estrada says, good luck against the Pigeons and hope you play the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Yeah. What do you think about that, David? Did you see I think you saw the injury to Patrick Mahomes, right?
Yes, and I also saw him throwing errant throws because of how much his plant foot hurt.
Yeah.
It affected his game. And Joe Burrow, I believe he is 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes. It's either 2-0 or 3-0. It's one of the two. But he hasn't been beat by Patrick Mahomes. So ought to be an interesting AFC Championship game next week. But either way, I'm not looking that far ahead. I'm looking at next week. We got one game at a time, baby. We got the green chickens coming up, and we got to go to that landfill they call a stadium with that horrible fan base and beat them. Yep. Have you ever seen a video of a opposing fan walking in their stadium?
No.
Oh man. There's one that actually shows the Vikings fans walking in, and it shows all the graphic stuff that the Eagles fans say to them on the way in, and it's ridiculous, dude. That fan base there is horrible. It's like, come on, man. They're here to watch a football game just like you are. Let them go. Don't talk all the smack you do.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty rowdy.
I would love to get tickets and go to that game.
Yeah, that'd be badass, man. That'd be badass. Let's go. Let's carpool.
Why not?
Down.
Right?
You're not down.
Hey, I have a Jeep. I don't care if it's snowing. I got mud tires, buddy. I could make it.
Yeah, it was snowing on my way home today from the sports bar. But yeah, man, if anybody didn't see, it looks like Patrick Mahomes has a high ankle sprain. Those are typically like 6 to 8 week injuries. So I'm surprised he finished out the game. For one, I'm surprised his leg didn't break, man, because that looked like a similar situation to what happened to Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo came out of that with a broken foot. Very strong.
Remember
bones.
Debo? Remember that's exactly what happened to Debo, and he missed what, 2-3 weeks?
It's not exact, no, because what happened to Patrick Mahomes was somebody landed with their knee on his foot and ankle, like Jimmy Garoppolo, where Debo Samuel just got bent underneath somebody, and so kind of he strained his tendons. So yeah, those are like 6 to 8 week injuries. I'll be very surprised. I mean, I'm curious to see what the outcome is going to be if Patrick Mahomes is going to play or not. Because Chad Henne was not doing a very bad job over there. He was executing the offense for the Chiefs over there. I think he got a total of like 10 or 14 points at quarterback when he was in the game.
Well, we'll see what happens. But, I mean, either way, the man has at least a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
At least a high ankle sprain.
So that and the Bengals, I think, are an all-around better team than the Chiefs, man. So I think the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. If Patrick Mahomes is in full health, that's probably a Chiefs win, I think. But like you said, the Chiefs are 0-3 against Joe Burrow. So I just think the Bengals are going to win, mostly because of that injury. I feel pretty confident. But Andre says everyone thinks the Eagles are going to kick the Niners' ass. I think it's going to be a Niner blowout.
I hope so, because a game like today I was watching is, a little bit stressful. I don't really get worked up at much, and yeah, you should have seen. I should have made a video of how I reacted when Kittle made that catch. That one that bounced off his helmet, and then he like stayed focused on the ball and caught it right in the nick of time before the Dallas defender hit him. I should have been recording my reaction to that.
I know, man. I wish I could do like live game reactions, but I don't have anywhere to watch the game in this room. Not yet. But there was a bunch of Cowboy fans at the sports bar today, and I would cheer, I do my thing. I was minding my own business, and then they started mocking me. Like they would copy the cheers that I would do. Like I would go, roo, 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 roo. Like when Kittle would make catches like that, or the defense would make like awesome stops, and they started mocking me, just basically saying exactly what I was saying. Of course, it got real quiet towards the end. They snuck out, and I was telling all the Niner fans that were sitting around me, I said, well, guys, I'm going to go to the restroom. If I get jumped, just make sure you record. Make sure you guys record it. And one of the guys was laughing. He's like, you don't want us to jump in, you just want us to record it. we got Brian Culp, the MVP, right here as well, man. He says, go Niners. Hey, Brian, I hope you could call in, man, because we really want to hear what Brian Culp has to say about this game, bro. I really
remember do. The other day Bryant was saying he might be a little, so he might not call in.
Yeah. That make for a better reaction, man. But guys, if anybody else here, let me throw the link in the comments real quick, and anybody else Cowboy fans, 49er fans, Eagle fans, it don't matter, guys. Give your thoughts and opinions. If you want to call in live, you don't have to show your face. Just don't get too crazy. Just don't get too crazy, man, because you might set me off the edge.
I want Where You Hiding to come and BPS to come in here. I'd love to talk smack to BPS. You don't know that there's a little bit of a history going back a couple years with me and that kid. He's a kid. He's got a big one of these, and it was like, this is before the Niners played him. I think it was early last season. And the Niners went in there and punched him in the face, beat him, you know. And he was like, afterwards, he's like, still, the Niners suck. I'm like, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well,
this year, you know, we're going in there into the playoffs. Here we go. So,
man, now the 49ers have to be the one traveling, like David's saying, man. And yeah, I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. And random Anton says, damn, you talking mad trash. I'm an Eagles fan. I thought you would be more respectful than that. I think he's talking about somebody else in the comments, but says everyone been hyping up the Niners these past few weeks, but it's with good reason, man. I'll be honest. I don't know, as an Eagles fan, if you've been watching the games, but ever since Brock Purdy has taken over at quarterback, the offense has opened up in so many ways. With Jimmy Garoppolo, it was a lot more one-dimensional, and he's not really mobile. He can't really get out of the pocket like Brock Purdy can. So he has his other attributes that bode well for his game. But today, like in a game like today, escaping the pocket is something you need that really helps you out to extend plays that otherwise would be blown. But he also says, Eagles been underdog all year. People don't believe in us. I don't think that's true, man. You guys are the #1 seed. I think people are pretty high on the Eagles. I might know otherwise, I guess. I might think otherwise. But I feel like
it's the truth. It's the truth. They're the #1 seed. They have the #3 defense, you know. But I do have to point out their 3 losses to the Saints, the #9 defense, the Cowboys, the #8 defense, and the Commies, the #4 defense. And we have the #1 defense. So I fully expect this to be a heavyweight knockdown, drag out type of battle here.
Yeah, from both sides. Yep.
Yeah, I'm expecting a battle. I'm not expecting there's not going to be a blowout. There's not that stuff ain't going to happen. But when I'm talking mad trash, I was talking trash about the fans at the stadium that, you know, got beer bottles banned. Did you know about that?
I didn't know about that, but I think that goes in every stadium.
In the stadium, you're only allowed to have plastic bottles. You can't have like cans and bottles, because at dangerous. One point, I can't remember what happened, but the fans in the stadium freaked out and started throwing bottles at the refs and the players. But I don't remember the incident. I just remember that happened.
That had to be a while back, man, because I feel like anytime I've ever gone to a stadium, I don't ever see glass bottles at any stadium at all whatsoever. It's always plastic cups and stuff like that. But random Anton says, talking about Cowboy fans, and then someone says Hurts will get hurt. Yeah, no, like just speaking for myself, me as a fan, we talked about it with the Cowboys, because there was a quote that came out from one of the Cowboys' radio stations where they were talking about how this is unfair with us having CMC. They hope he gets hurt. Hopefully he can tear his hamstring, is what they said, something like that. So we talked about it, and we're like, you know, when it comes from us 49er fans, we want the Cowboys at their best. We want to beat them at their best, which Tony Pollard went out earlier in the game today. So I don't, you know, I think maybe it could have gotten a little closer if Tony Pollard was in the game for the whole game. But I think, you know, Dak Prescott was the most vital piece for them to have. And we wanted his attention. You know, we wanted to smack him in the mouth, but we did not want him to get hurt. So same thing with Hurts, man.
Yeah.
We want to lay the smackdown on him. We do want him to feel our presence when it comes to the defense and stuff like that, but no injuries. You know, I want him to get smacked around, but not hurt.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to get hurt.
I'm gonna be honest.
I want to play you guys, beat you guys at full strength.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Bebop Jones says 3 NFC championships in 4 years. Let's go, baby. Yeah, shout out to Kyle Shanahan, man. I know even here we question him sometimes, you know, when our seasons start out 3-4, 3-5, and you kind of start to wonder, man, what the outcome of the season is going to be. But they really turned it on. I think not just acquiring CMC and not just having Brock Purdy in there, but the offensive coaching staff getting together, you know, around the bye week and getting things together, man, getting a better game plan. Because Trey Lance was supposed to be the quarterback going forward, but he got hurt earlier in the season. So the plans kind of had to get thrown out the door and remade. So shout out Kyle Shanahan, man. He's doing the damn thing, earning that extension he's gotten. And maybe some more incentive bonuses would not be a bad thing for him as well.
Like you win a Super Bowl, you get $10 million.
There you go. And Brock Purdy as well, man. If Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl, man, they should give him some kind of incentive-based compensation. I really do think so. He's only making $900,000 right now.
Yeah.
Purdy
coaches and all the Brock Purdy, I don't know if he's even making that much being Mr. Irrelevant. But irrelevant. Being Mr. Relevant. I'm going to call him Mr. Relevant because he's relevant.
Mr. Popular now. He's Mr. Popular now.
But when it comes down to it, coaches and office personnel, no matter where they're at, they do not count against the salary cap.
Mm.
So it's up to the owner. If the owner wants to go, I'll give you $10 million when you win the Super Bowl. And, throw an incentive then for the DC and the OC, why not, right? Like DeMeco Ryans.
Exactly. Yep.
What if Jed York says, you know what? I'm going to offer this guy a head coach contract to be our defensive coordinator. He could do it. And it's not going to hurt. The only thing that hurts is his pocketbook, which we don't care about. You're the 49ers owner, dude. I know you got mountains of money. All right. That's just how it is. You're the 49ers, one of the most popular teams in the NFL. You have mountains of money. If you feel like paying a coordinator, head coach, wage, you can.
Exactly. All right. We got another caller backstage. I was going to bring up a comment, but we'll bring up Freezer, who was backstage. Uh-oh. He left. Uh-oh.
Freezer?
I guess not. Yeah, Freezer is a caller backstage. But Who Dat Jacob says, hey, Saints fan here. I'm rooting for you and Purdy. Purdy got some talent, bro. And just wondering, would the Niners trade Purdy? Is that even possible? They would not trade Purdy, man. Mike Silver reported that the 49ers have decided Purdy will be the quarterback, the starting quarterback moving forward for 2023, barring any terrible performances. So Brock Purdy is going to be the 49ers' starting quarterback in 2023 as it sits now. Now, we have yet to see what kind of competition we're going to have between him and Trey Lance.
Hold up. Who reported that?
Mike Silver, who has sources.
Is he in the 49ers front office?
No, but he has sources in there. He has pretty legit reports from his insiders over there.
We've heard stuff like this before, and the Niners do the exact opposite.
No, dude, we already talked about it, man. It's like Brock Purdy, he's already taken the job. He didn't leave it up to anybody. It's in nobody's hands now but his. It's up to him to lose the job if he's going to do that. He's already taken the job. Nobody from the 49ers quarterback position has put up any performances like this. So it's Brock Purdy's job until further notice. Mike Silver was just stating the obvious that we already knew as fans, as really anybody, the NFL as a whole. But he says he's a Saints fan. I actually had a Saints fan text me today who's a buddy of mine, and he said let me see. What did he say? He said something about go Niners. He says, bang, bang, Niner gang, LOL. Y'all got to get the Cowboys out, bro. Let's go. So shout out to my boy. He's a Saints fan as well. We got my boy Corey Davis backstage, another caller. Let's get his thoughts on the game today. Corey Davis, how you doing, man?
Hey,
What's up, Monk?
I'm doing good. Glad we won. It was a heart attack game today.
Heart attack game.
Because I was like, oh, I was on John Jay's stream for United Out the Report. And we were, you doing the play-by-play, and we was like, oh, we was complaining the first time. What? We were cussing at Cal. What are you doing? Why are you taking all this time up? It's time to go down the field. And we was cussing. I said, oh, come on, Cal. Now, this is the first time I ever got really mad at you. All these kind of plays.
That's interesting.
Wasting time, and when we got the Fred Warner interception, and I'm like, all you gotta do is go down the field. Why are you treating like the second quarter like it's the fourth quarter? We gotta go down the field. You gotta get down there.
Well, I think part of it was giving the defense a break. They had been on the field a lot, and they were performing very well. So I think Kyle had a lot of confidence in them. I thought, I didn't really get mad at him today. Outside of the 4th and 2 to begin the game, I thought we should have gone for the first down on 4th and 2 in the red zone. That was early in the game. But I understand taking points when you can, especially in a game like this.
But remember but you know what, not a game?
What's up?
Remember what we talked about, was it yesterday?
I think
was it yesterday or day? Remember we talked when the guy said, who was that? Said we can't just go for field goals.
I think that was David. I think it was David. I think he said it earlier.
I've said that many times. I've said that many times. Going for field goals is not going to win you the game.
Yeah.
But then I said,
surprisingly, it did today.
With Dallas kicker, we probably can. But I wanted to see touchdowns. I wanted to see touchdowns so bad. I was like, and we finally got that one in the fourth. I was like, now I want to see more.
Yeah, I was waiting for it, man. I was waiting for Jennings or Dwelly, Kittle, somebody to score a touchdown.
Remember, we did block an extra point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who was that?
Ebucom.
That was a nice block, man. That was beautiful.
Guess who's on the post-game show?
Huh?
Guess who's on the post-game show?
Who?
He was our best linebacker.
Patrick Willis?
Yep.
Hey, it's about time, man. I feel like he should have gotten hired onto something like that a long time ago. Him and Takeo Spikes would have been really cool together. Of course, Joe Staley was on there. Dante Hittner.
Yep.
They had a really good thing going with that cast. But Art says, and if there's any Eagles fans in here, please let us know. He says, who has the Birds beat yet? No elite teams, that's for sure. Exactly. That's been one narrative that's gone around, was the Cowboys and the Eagles didn't really play any strong teams throughout their regular season. But if any of you guys beg to differ, please let us know. We can talk about it a little bit more.
When the Cowboys and Eagles had to play together.
Yeah.
Against each other.
Yeah, those are tough games.
They split the series 1-1, and the Cowboys put up a 40 burger on the Eagles' number 3 defense at their own house.
Oh,
so that just shows that anything is possible at any point, right?
Yeah, straight up.
Not a game.
Yeah.
Did you notice that Galloway didn't get no pass today?
Gallup,
yeah, I'm sorry, I say Galloway.
I forget if he got one. I know one of them got broken up and intercepted. That's when Demo intercepted the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
I know, most of the passes went to Lamb or
CeeDee
the
Lamb
running back
underneath. Dalton Schultz, who? Dalton Schultz, who? Against who?
Oh, you talking about that guy that cut the ball, got 1 foot down, and thought he had a catch?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah!
Shout out to the defense for shutting out Dalton Schultz today. They put him in his place, and just Mooney Ward the awareness to make sure that the referee knew that he knocked Dalton Schultz backwards, going out of bounds, so it kept the clock running as well. That's pretty damn good. I didn't even know that rule.
Me either.
I thought progress.
But he did go backwards.
Yeah, man. So
he stopped his forward progress before the guy went out of bounds. So the out of bounds didn't count. The forward progress did. Yep.
Well, it's something we said, man. I think our linebacking core is way too good to be letting Dalton Schultz be put on notice. So sure enough, they proved us right today, man. Al-Shaair was out there doing a baller job, man. He was doing good. I think he dropped an interception as well. But he was out there doing his thing. Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, those fuckers were balling out today, man. I love it. Bebop Jones. Go ahead.
I'm glad they didn't call that penalty against Fred Warner and helmet to helmet.
I remember that happening.
They picked it up.
Yeah. Yeah, that was some straight bullshit. Yeah, glad they picked that one up.
No, man. It was a defenseless receiver flag is what was originally thrown for. But he wasn't in the air. There was nothing classifying him as defenseless. He was on the ground running.
Because
he was a runner, not a defenseless receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fred Warner was a second hit. He laid the smackdown on him, and that's football, man. I think, the referees have gotten a little soft in seeing physicality in the NFL, so he was just ready to throw that flag because of the lack of physicality in the NFL nowadays, especially with quarterbacks. So I think he forgot who he was defending with that flag. He probably thought it was Tom Brady out there getting hit. But Bebop Jones says Birds had the easiest schedule on paper all year. Exactly. So if any Eagle fans beg to differ, please let us know. Who dat Jacob says Purdy needs this. I'm telling you, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, man, it's looking that way, but he has an all-star cast to help him out, man. So that's part of it is the 49ers, their ability to draft these awesome players in 3rd round, 5th round, 7th round, 6th round. I think Jennings was a 6th rounder. Fred Warner's a 3rd rounder. George Kittle's a 5th rounder. Like, if the 49ers can continue to bring a supporting cast in like that year in and year out, man, this team can be dangerous. And I think Brock Purdy is, for all his talents, everything that he brings to the table, he's just a piece of the equation that makes the 49ers successful. He's not the end all be all. So I would give him a conservative contract, a really good game manager type contract, maybe like $30 million a year, $25 million at some point once he puts another year of success up forth. But depends on the salary cap, because we have yet to see how high it's going to go after these next couple of years. So we'll see after he puts out another year of performance, and then see how much the salary cap goes up as well. But yeah, man, he has just everything this offense needs for the most part. For Kyle Shanahan talks about it, how he sees this offense through the lens that Kyle Shanahan does, and just the poise is just the best poise he's ever seen from a rookie. He looked way more poised than Dak Prescott did today, so that speaks volumes. Art says, tell me who has the Birds beat no elite teams. That's for sure. The Birds are overrated, just like the Cowboys. Yeah, man, I still think the Eagles are a very good all-around team. Just like, you can only take care of who's in front of you, regardless of who, because, the 49ers as well, we didn't have the strongest schedule. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Two all-around really good teams with good quarterbacks. I think is going to make for a really great game. Maybe too good. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, man. After the performance that our defense put on the field today, I'm feeling really confident about the 49ers being able to shut down Jalen Hurts in that offense over there.
Okay, Niner game.
Yeah.
Who you think on offense get your game ball? Who you give the ball to on offense?
Oh man, Brock Purdy, man. Just for the poise, the offensive line did not give their best performance today. They allowed a lot of pressure, and he stuck it through. He didn't make any turnovers like Dak Prescott did. So I would give it to Brock Purdy, man. That was one hell of a performance by a rookie.
And defense,
Fred Warner. I would give it to Fred Warner. Maybe Nick Bosa. Man, that's a really tough one, man. The defense just played lights out today, really great. But what about you, David?
I got Fred Warner for defense because the dude was all over the place. He even covered CeeDee Lamb in the end zone and kept him from getting a touchdown. On offense, I got to go with Kittle, man. He had a monster game, 95 receiving yards, plus that catch that bounced off his helmet and was like the heart attack, the heart attack catch 1.0, I guess. But yeah, I just have to give it to him.
okay. And like I said on my show, I gotta go with on offense. Brian's special player, Robbie Gold.
Oh,
He made all his field goals, made all extra points. And on defense, I went with Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, man, Jimmy Ward was great.
He's caused Fred Warner's interception.
Yeah,
he jumped in and he beat the ball, took the ball up for Fred Warner.
I assure you, he didn't intend to do that, but yeah, he did.
Yeah. I know he didn't.
He trying to catch it. He trying to catch it his damn self.
But
man,
I give him credit for that. And then the end of the game, he made that tackle so that we won't be able to throw that ball all over the field. Do that toss stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think Jimmy Ward's going to get an interception, maybe even a pick six next week, as well as Hufanga and Demo. So we'll see how that goes, man. I
hope so.
I think this is going to be a very tough game for Jalen Hurts next week, offensively.
What I can't wait for?
What's up?
All these videos of the Cowboys fighting each other or breaking their TVs and looking sad.
All the memes and stuff. Yeah, I might have to post. I might have to post those as thumbnails and community posts.
Because you gonna see it. I'm gonna have to text my Cowboy friend and say, "I told you so," because he kept every time I put something on Messenger. He says, "No way. We're going to upset you 49ers in your home field. We're going to beat you." So I want to say something. See, I told you so. We're not going to take y'all out again in the playoffs. We're going to take y'all out. Y'all should have wanted to smoke. Y'all should have said, please, please.
Have mercy.
Who we played before them?
The Seahawks.
Oh, Seahawks. Y'all should have begged for the Seahawks win.
Yeah. Nancy says Dak 2 turnovers, Brock 0. Exactly. Wait 1 second. Alice Friedman says beat Philly so since he can get revenge for the 80s. Oh, okay, we got a Bengals fan in here. Do we got a Bengals fan? I think this is a first for the show.
Emotional damage.
Hey, kudos to the Bengals, man. They handled the Bills today in very good fashion, man. In the snow, in the Bills' home field, man.
Yep.
Shout out to the Bengals. You know, they're just taking care of business. I do hope for that historic matchup, man. That would be pretty cool. But as far as revenge goes, keep dreaming. Keep dreaming.
That's what I think is going to the Super Bowl.
What's that?
And the AFC, the Bengals.
Yeah, I think so. I think so, man. Like I said earlier, if Patrick Mahomes were fully healthy, I don't know. That'd probably be a very tight game by 3 points or something, high scoring.
Yeah.
But since Patrick Mahomes looks like he's going to be more worse of the wear, I think the Bengals are going to take it with flying colors. But yeah, man, shout out to the Bengals. They're doing their thing over there. Kudos to them. They can only take care of who's in front of them as well.
They went into Buffalo and beat the Bills at home in the snow. Yeah, by multiple scores.
In very good fashion, yeah. 27-10,
yeah.
Right? 27.
Yes, I mean any given Sunday, every week, any football team can beat any football team at any point.
Yeah.
This is just how it is.
And the Bengals almost lost.
When it comes to us, I mean, we don't have to play a perfect game and we still win.
Yeah.
This next week, I would love to see a perfect game, or mostly flawless game out of our squad in Philly.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot. Like week 1 against the Bears, we had 10 penalties. What was it? I think it was 12 penalties for like 120-ish yards. I mean, we literally shot ourselves in the foot. We beat ourselves at that game. Yeah. Against the Broncos, our offense couldn't muster up anything. And then Jeff Wilson Jr. coughs up the ball late in the fourth quarter on a potential game-winning drive. Not to mention the Jimmy G safety that negated a pick 6, which is the only safety I've ever been glad to see.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, man. If Purdy was a quarterback all season, the 49ers could very well likely be undefeated at this point. Like Eagles fans, I don't think they understand. Any other fans outside of the 49er fan base, I don't think they understand how much better he's made this offense. Like you said right now, just the stupid rookie mistakes that Jimmy Garoppolo would make. It was never this explosive under Jimmy Garoppolo, man. And even the Chiefs game, Kyle Shanahan schemed up a really great game plan. And with Jimmy Garoppolo, we were neck and neck with the Chiefs up until the mid-third quarter. Yep. When one thing went bad, it just snowballed effect. And it's like almost like the 49ers against the Seahawks, where we were neck and neck. And it's just like the Seahawks had to play a perfect game to be close. And it was the same thing with the 49ers. But now that Brock Purdy's a quarterback, he makes the offense so much more dynamic. But Cameron Ince says, LOL, who did Purdy beat? Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, Raiders, etc. LMAO. You just wait and see, dude. It's not just that he was beating these teams. He was obliterating these teams, dude. I don't think you know what you're talking about. Like I said, same thing with the Eagles. You can only beat whoever's in front of you. Take care of that, take care of business. But the form in which the 49ers have done it, like I said, 7 of the last 8 games, 30-plus points, dominating teams, 4 straight with 37-plus points. This was our first game since Seahawks way earlier in the season where we scored less than 30 points. The Eagles are number 1 pass defense in the league, number 1 in sacks by far. Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, like I said, they're a formidable opponent that we're going to have to just wait and see till the game plays out in front of us, because I feel very confident in the 49ers offense. Dan Quinn, you guys are not going to have Dan Quinn. You guys are going to have the film, but we'll just see how it pans out, man. I think it's going to be a really too good of a game, man. Too close. Tough game.
You know what? This year too. I don't know why NFL changed this rule, because usually You cannot interview a coach or any player until their season was over. So their team this season, like the 49ers, nobody should be able to approach our coach right now, our defensive line coach, our defensive coordinator, D'Amico Ryans. They should not be able to approach him. See, back in the 80s and stuff, in 90s, that if you did that, that's I forgot what's called. I'm trying to think of the word. Oh, what's that word? What they usually call it? Well, you couldn't do it. Your team, if you did that and got caught with it, you can lose some draft picks or stuff.
I know what you're talking about. I think the tampering.
Tampering. Yeah,
tampering. That's very, very frowned upon in the NFL.
You couldn't do that. Now they let you interview a player while they in the playoffs. Just like when we went out, we were going. They didn't say we interviewing Kyle Shanahan. We waited till after the Atlanta game. Then after the Atlanta got put out.
And I mean, I remember back in the day when you couldn't do that. I don't remember when they actually changed the rule where you can interview a coach while he's still coaching his team.
Yeah.
You know, but I do know for a fact that they cannot hire him or announce the fact that he took the job until after the season or the team is eliminated, which hopefully ain't for. Let's see, 1 and 1, 2, 3. Hopefully, it ain't for a month.
Yep, because Kyle, we couldn't say nothing about Kyle Shanahan. We can, but not other teams. Owners couldn't come out and say, "Oh, we taking Kyle Shanahan."
Jay Realistic says, "What up, Wolf? Niners Empire, great win, huh? Hell yeah, baby! Thanks for being here as always, man. Great win today for the 49ers, man. And not every game is going to be a beautiful blowout, but today was a very hard-fought win, and we got it done. So shout out to the defense once again." Cameron Inns says, Aren't the Hawks as trash as the Giants? And we killed the Giants yesterday. You didn't kill the Seahawks last week. Rams are trash, not fighting for anything. Raiders are trash. Okay, that's cool, dude. Keep repeating yourself. You're just saying the same shit over and over again. Is cool. Like, we're gonna find out next week. These two teams match up very well, and you're gonna find out next week. All I'm doing is
we blew out the Seahawks.
Yeah, it was like what,
for a while, then we blew them out.
38 to what, 23? 38-23.
And they got that 23 in the trash.
Yeah, garbage time. Garbage time.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It's whatever, man. Repeating the same thing. It's like, who the fuck did the damn Eagles beat? We can talk about that all day. It's fine. We're gonna play you guys next week. Like I said, with the Eagles, with the 49ers, neither of us had like the most difficult schedule, but we took care of who was in front of us, and here we are. Mm-hmm. We're here for a reason. We beat these teams in very formidable fashion. So you're just gonna have to wait and see, dude. Really, that's what it comes down to. Skywatcher says Niners got it done. Our defense stepped up in moments we needed, and the offense got down field a lot. Just need to capitalize on those touchdowns. We got it. I feel 3 to 4 touchdowns next game. I think so, man. Like I said, I was shocked. Dan Quinn had a very good game plan for the 49ers today. Their D-line disrupted a lot. Now, one thing that could be said about the Cowboys, their D-line is number 1 in pressures, but the Eagles are number 1 in sacks. So they might get home a little more than the Cowboys did today, but we're just going to have to wait and see the game plan that Kyle Shanahan comes up with for next week. Like I said, I thought he played it really conservative, even to the point where he was a little too predictable. A lot of those screenplays were getting blown up right away. I thought, I know there was, I think it was on the first drive, 2nd down and long. I think CMC got stuffed on the first run. Then I called it. I said screen to Debo on 2nd and long. Sure enough, it happened, but it got stuffed. The Cowboys saw it coming too. So I think Kyle just needs to come up with a less conservative, less predictable game plan for next week.
Well, you know what works against a good pass rush?
These
quick
nuts.
slant. Quick slants. Well, these nuts too. But
Woo!
but quick slants. You know,
Yes.
that's how that's how you keep you get the ball, 2-step drop, get the ball out.
Yeah.
And we have Ayuk, we have Debo, we have Jennings, we have Ray. You can even line up Kittle or CMC, Juice. I mean, dude, that's a plethora of players we can put out there to go on a quick slant. And if Kyle is this offensive genius that we keep hearing he is, he will know this because people have done that against us.
Yeah, man. That's why I know you remember I was saying I love the screen game with Debo. It's cool and all, but when you run a screen pass, a lot of times the receiver doesn't really take any steps forward. They'll take maybe one quick step forward, and then they kind of drive back, catch the ball, and then run forward again. I was calling forget Debo on those quick ins, quick outs, quick slants, all that stuff, even quick comebacks, because when you get a receiver like Debo running, bursting forward at you, it gets the DB, gets him backpedaling. Then Debo cuts quickly inside or outside, get him the pass then. Similar to a screen, but you get the DB backpedaling instead of breaking on the ball, which you have on screens, right? So exactly what you're saying, David. That's why I've been kind of pushing for that all week.
David, we were really looking for you today on John Jay.
Seriously, I was looking through my notifications like, where's John Jay? I thought he had something going on. I didn't even get a notification.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we were looking for you. We like, John Jay, where's my David McKnight? Where's I need him right now. I need him because he's the only one who can cheer me up right now. He come up with something to cheer me up. Please come. Where is he? I say, I'll go look and see if he's anybody. I said, I went to I can't remember. I went to CG's. Say he's not in CG chat.
Nope.
I don't see him. I see Brian Cub. I don't see CG. I don't see David. And then I check other folks. I said, where is he?
I was actually, I was out running errands, but I went to go do my laundry at the laundromat, and they always have the football game on, so that was nice. And then I was listening to Lawrence, the platform 246. I was listening to him call the game, but I was looking through my notifications, going, dang, there's like 20 people calling the game, But I never saw John Jay's come up, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it didn't pop up on mine either, but I mean, granted, I'm only paying attention to the game. I can only watch the game, man. But
then I came home. I let plugged my phone in and let Lawrence go, and I didn't even bust out my tablet, and I was just watching the game, So
yeah, Stephanie Lizama says, one game at a time, great one. Hell yeah. And she says,
that's exactly it.
When will the next game be? Do we know? Yes, it will be next Sunday prior to the Bengals and Chiefs game. Should be, I think it's at 3:30 Eastern time. So 1:30. It's like at 1:30 Pacific, basically, next Sunday. Cameron Inns said, you did beat up on Seattle a bit, though. I will give you that. 49ers, Eagles are the only two good teams left in the playoffs, in my opinion. Yeah, man, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. I wouldn't say they're the only two good teams left in the playoffs. I still think the Chiefs and the Bengals are two very good teams. The Chiefs were even executing their offense with Chad Henne, so he can execute their offense and score points under center as well, man. So for the Bengals, it's not going to be a given, but we'll see. They might just go out and blow the Chiefs out next week. We're gonna have to wait and see.
We'll
man,
see what happens. What? Hey, I will. One game at a time. We got to win against Philly. But if we do make the Super Bowl, I want the Bengals. And the main reason why I want the Bengals is Chris Collinsworth is calling the game.
Yeah, man.
Emotional damage.
Oh, Shifty has he's asking for the link. Let me drop the link for Shifty real quick. Sorry, Shifty, to have you waiting, man. I'm still up there in the comments.
How's Shifty? Because I see him right now. I'm looking at him on 49 Minded.
I don't know.
How he gonna come in?
He might jump off right now. But RA says you should all watch The Volume with Richard Sherman. He was clowning on the Cowboys, LOL. Oh, I love Richard Sherman. It seems like he sides more. I don't know if it's just me, if he sides more with the 49ers than he does with the Seahawks.
Is that actually Shifty?
Yeah. Hopefully.
So the reason I say that, let me look at it real fast because
we'll know because Shifty actually shows his face when he comes on live. So if it's not Shifty, it won't be showing his face, so we won't let them in. But I'm pretty sure it's Shifty.
I mean, he is on 49er Minded right now. Yeah. He's on their stream.
Yeah, we'll just wait and see. But Art says actually 49ers D has allowed the least points in the NFL at 277 total. Birds at 377 points total. Hey, we are the number one defense in the league. So don't forget, guys, any Eagles fans, don't forget, you guys have to score on us too. It's not just about whether the 49ers can score on you. And the 49ers have had the number one offense in the last 9 weeks, I think it is. 8 or 9 weeks is something like that.
Looks like I'm frozen.
Number one offense. Yeah, you're good. You're not frozen. But the 49ers have only allowed three games of 24 plus points all season. 3 games out of 17, 24 plus points. I think there's something to be said about that. Cameron Inns says, Art, yes, the Eagles D overall is not great. The 49ers D overall is far superior. Eagles are a good pass D and pass rush team. That's it. McCaffrey might kill us next week. Interesting, man. You know what? Cameron Inns, we're going to do some game previews throughout the week. I would love to have you call in at some time and give your thoughts from an Eagles fan's perspective at some point. So, yeah, man, that'd be really cool to hear from you.
That's Shifty. It's Shifty.
Yeah, we'll see. I dropped the link. So, Shifty, if you're still listening. But Guayaba says, I don't even want to hear about the next week's game. I'm going to enjoy the now. Yeah, man, we got to rejoice in the now. Thank you for bringing us back down to earth, Guayaba. But we got Eagles fans in here. They're trying to preview. They're trying to stir things up. They're already got the 49ers on their mind, man. Maybe they're not enjoying their win as much as we are. But
so are you saying we living in their head rent free?
Exactly. Again, David. I love it, man. We are living in their head rent free. That's 100%, bro. We're gonna have to make that a video. Keith Cheatham says, first of all, he says 49ers are going to have to score more than they did today. Yeah, man, that goes for any opponent. I don't care who we're up against. We got to score more than what we did today. There was a lot left there on the field. But like I said, I thought it was a really conservative game plan, not asking Purdy to do too much, man, because there's a lot of pressure, guys. First divisional playoff game for him. He's been in some championship type environments before in college, but not like this in the NFL, man. It's a different type of game. So I think that was part of it, especially when you can't allow turnovers. You can't. I think if the Cowboys would have gotten another turnover on us, it could have been the game, man.
Boy,
go ahead, Corey. Sorry.
I wish Greenlaw would have caught the interception in because that would probably six. That would
man.
Yeah.
It would have been too.
Yeah.
Dude, did you guys? So I was watching the run stuffers for the Cowboys. Did you guys notice that they had a nose tackle that was thicker than a Snicker? That dude must have been like 350, 370. I mean, he was huge.
He looked like DJ Jones out there.
Yeah,
maybe even he
was
probably looked bigger than
huge.
DJ
I was
Jones,
like, whoa. My first thought was we need a guy like that.
That's what we're talking about, a defensive tackle, getting guys like that are immovable, man. That weight helps you when you're pushing forward. Even though it's not all muscle, it helps. Because it's like trying to move one of those concrete balls that are used for heavy lifting.
Oh. the guy was humongous. I was like, whoa. You know, I was looking at him like, wow, I didn't know they had this guy. But you know.
What did you guys think about the Brock Purdy run in the end zone, the designed run for him? Do you guys remember that? Quarterback draw?
Yeah, I was like, oh Lord. I hope you don't get hurt. I hope you don't get hurt.
I don't like QB runs at this point in time. I do not like QB runs. We do not need to. This is our guy right now. We need to conserve what we have. We need to save him. We need to not put him out there to get ran over and smashed.
Yeah, they were that was shut down pretty rapidly, man. I don't like it. I really don't. I like him more on the scramble. But you know what, man? Brock Purdy, that dude needs to scramble to his right now, like more often, man. He don't really scramble to his right. We need to see that. He's always going to his left. That's not a quarterback's best friend.
Even though this was on Madden.
What was that? On Madden,
Wayne Brizzy, he does simulate of the games on Madden.
Yeah.
And every time Brock Purdy runs the ball, he fumbles. Like he'd get a big old run. He's running. He got a big one. We would have first down and then he fumbles.
Yeah, that goes for all quarterbacks in the in Madden though. If they don't take the slide, quarterbacks almost automatically fumble all the time. But the one that I don't understand, if you guys play Madden, if you run the ball with Debo, that dude fumbles all the time. I don't understand that. He fumbled one time the first game in the regular season, and now in Madden, he fumbles every time he gets the ball, basically. If it's an end around or anything like that. It's fucking ridiculous. Madden's on some bullshit. They need to get their shit together. Put some more money into it or something. That's ridiculous. Every year they want to charge us like $70 for this bullshit game that has so many glitches. Nighthawk Afterburner says, "Go Niners!" Yeah, baby. Art says, "Do we have to make it 3-0 versus the Bengals in the Super Bowl?" I think so. Hey, I think so. Yeah. We're gonna have to, man. We need that. We need to take 6. We need to take 6, man. This should have been our 10th Super Bowl. This really should have been our 10th Super Bowl, man.
Yep.
Cameron ends low-key Josh. So my lady, my sister's boyfriend is an Eagles fan. And then I guess he bet against the 49ers today, allegedly. $100. He bet her $100 that the 49ers were going to lose, and now he don't want to pay up. What a mark. What a mark. Hey, Josh, we're coming for you. We're coming for you, Josh. Acting like
no real man welches on a belt. On a bet. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he's trying to say he didn't bet now. So I don't know if they shook on it or what. But she said they bet. And I don't know. I think females sometimes forget to shake on it. That's a manly thing to do. You make sure you shake on it or else it's void.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, he's an Eagles fan, man. We'll see what happens after this game. He's probably gonna be crying in the corner, but he tuned into one of our streams this past week, or she was saying that he said fly Eagles fly. Remember, I said they're gonna fly right into a window of some plexiglass or something.
and I said a flagpole, right? I mean, I remember that.
I think that was Wednesday or something. Yep. Leo G says, "Hey, first time in here, bang bang Niner gang. Purdy got his first taste of what a real NFL playoff defense is like. Let's be honest, the Cowboys defense tonight was solid. Purdy was still poised AF. 100%, man. That's what we're all saying. Want to give all due respect to the Cowboys. They came in, they played their hearts out. 4 straight games in a row of away games. So they've been traveling all over the US, have the Cowboys these past few weeks. They came in here ready to play, man. So who knows if they would have been if they would have had a home game, or if they would have just, played a few more home games before this, who knows what the outcome would have been. That was a very hard, tough fought win, but Purdy was poised. He got it done, man. He outperformed the veteran in Dak Prescott. What's his name? Dak Pick Scott.
Yeah,
man. Hey, also Leo G, please, anybody who's new here, like I said earlier in the stream, please everybody like and subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. I want to get monetized at some point so that maybe one day I could do this full time. And the rest of the guys on my panel here as well, we can get them up and moving, getting us toward the right direction. So like and subscribe, everybody. Please turn on that bell notification. I would really appreciate it, guys. A little bit would go a long way. I'm pretty close to getting monetized. I'm almost halfway on the subscriber mark. Steve-O Supremo says, I still need to see Purdy win 2 Super Bowls before I judge. LOL. Hey, cut that out. I think, man,
wow.
It just depends. We got to see what happens. If he wins this Super Bowl, as long as the 49ers are healthy, we keep these guys, this solid foundation stuck around. I don't think Purdy has any excuse on why he shouldn't win 2 Super Bowls in a row. Now, we just got to see how things go with the health of the team and being able to keep guys, what kind of trades we can make next season before midseason trade deadline hits as well. We'll see if we trade for anybody next year as well. Maybe another corner or something. I don't know. Another offensive lineman. So yeah, we'll see. But I feel you, man. I think he still needs to put another really good performance on the regular season, but I'd still think the 49ers should definitely give him some kind of incentive, salary, just a little bonus check, man, for just the great things he's done, pulling us out of the dark time that we thought we had ahead of us. Art says Kyle is going to have to go aggressive playbook ready for this Sunday. I think so, man. A lot of play action. I know the Eagles are going to see it coming, but especially if the forecast allows a lot of aggressiveness in the play action game, get Purdy rolling to the right. That's a quarterback's best friend, is rolling to the right, not the left. I'm glad he feels really comfortable rolling to the left, but in all reality, right-handed quarterbacks love the right side. Keith Cheatham says, I thought Greenlaw had a safety, but pulled up on the hit on Dak. So I think Greenlaw actually was the one that batted the pass down, I think. But yeah, Armstead was the one that missed the tackle. That should have been a safety, man.
Yep.
Corey, I don't think we got your thoughts on that. On Armstead missing that tackle in the end zone for a safety. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's that route, like I was talking before, that personal foul. A lot of make all these defensive players hard for them to make a tackle. They have to hesitate. They hesitate and say, how should I tackle this guy? Maybe I gotta go this way and that way. And then the guy, the quarterback escapes.
Yeah.
I think if they let these defensive linemen play and not get them thinking, when they get to thinking, they have to think how to come in and make the tackle. It's like they worried about getting a personal foul or something.
Yeah, I think I definitely think he should have just hit him like an octopus and just wrapped him. I don't care if you wrap him with your legs, like you just jump on him like an octopus and squirt out some ink or whatever you got to do, man. Just get him down in the end zone. Shut the game down. You could have closed the game out. If that's any other situation where the game is any closer and we can win with 2 points, you got to get that done, man.
Yeah, they do. I was like, man, come on, we can do this. This cracked me up too, because John Jay was ahead of me. He'll see the play before David Corona see the play.
Oh.
And we sit there like this. Then we hear John Jay go. Sometimes he's scared because he go, "Oh man!" We like, "Oh, what happened? What happened? What happened?"
He missed the tackle.
Or like, especially when Rob Purdy when the ball tipped a defensive lineman's shoulder and it almost got intercepted.
That was a crazy one, man.
And I was like, John Jay said, "Oh," and he said something. I'm like, "Oh my God, what happened? Interception?" Because he never finished that interception or nothing. He just said, "Oh man," I'm like, "John Jay, you got to tell us more." Because you scare me.
Well, Sean Garn says Final Four teams legitimately can win it all, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so, man. It's all going to be dependent on Patrick Mahomes' health too. We'll see what happens with that. It could honestly be a hairline fracture. I wouldn't be surprised because, dude, I really thought that his leg could have broken on that play in the shin area. I'm really surprised it didn't. But I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back from the x-rays and it's a hairline fracture or something like that. So we're going to have to see how that pans out. So outside of the Chiefs, I think any of these teams can win it all. But we'll see.
But you know what?
What's up?
I think even if Holmes was healthy, I think the Bengals will win it. Because every time,
you don't. Well,
hard time.
versus the Chiefs, you're saying, right?
Yep.
Okay, because we're talking about winning it all, so we got to clarify a little bit. He's talking about beating the Chiefs, not the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Alex Tremo says if your team's style of play is like a video game, they will go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, man. 49ers on Madden are ridiculous. They still need to up them stats on Purdy, though. They're doing them dirty on Madden.
Are they?
Hell yeah, they are, man. They're ridiculous. Can't throw worth a shit.
Really?
Yeah. Can't throw on the run. Can't do nothing, man. That shit pisses me off so bad. Because I'm not like there's a lot of other Madden players that play like, you have the headset on, you have with the microphone and everything, you'll be playing each other live and we'll talk sometimes. Sometimes people are just on there to talk shit and talk all this bullshit. But when you're really talking to somebody and you're like, hey, so yeah, you're a Bengals fan or whatever, you're a Bills fan, and they're like, no, I just use them on Madden. What? I don't do that shit, man. I only use the Niners. That's it. You got a bunch of people trying to play as Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, of course. So there's a lot of that in the Madden community. I think it's pretty ridiculous. Like, play as your fucking team.
Yeah, that's true. Because I used to watch that a lot. I used to watch the Madden things, and I'd be asking the guy, said, so you're this fan? He said, no, I'm this fan. But my team sucks. So
yeah,
I gotta go with the best team.
Yeah, I shout out to the guys that, they use their team even though their team sucks, man. And they can pull out those wins too because they know how to play. So those are the GOATs right there of Madden right there, man. Sean Garnez says Cowboys defense was good, especially Lawrence, but Niners D was on the great side today. Yeah, man. DeMarcus Lawrence played a hell of a game today, man.
Yep.
He reminded me of I was having flashbacks. I played the Chiefs the other day on Madden, and Chris Jones, you just could not every single damn play that dude was coming up the middle. It was ridiculous, man. Instantly he was beating the blocking of my 49ers. It was ridiculous. I was getting pissed off. Art says, shore up the O-line and Purdy will have a field day and backs can get big lanes to run through. Exactly, man. That's all I'm saying. Get him on the move, get him drifting left or right, and get him out of the pocket more comfortable, man, because he can throw on the run. He's really accurate. He's really good with his mobility. He feels really comfortable and confident in it. So do it, man. Get him away from the pressure to begin with. Have that in the design, in the game plan. And feel free to interject at any time, guys.
else now that I watch out for? Because the Eagles gonna try to exploit that. Excuse me.
Who?
The Eagles gonna try to exploit that. Getting them personal fouls because sliding down. Because like our defense team sometimes go too aggressive and hits the runner when he's down. Just like, out mad at Greenlaw when he hit that player out of bounds. I'm like,
Yeah, there was one where I thought the 49ers defense got away with it, and I'm glad, where Fred Warner dove at Dak Prescott when Dak Prescott was diving forward as well. Now, because Dak Prescott was diving forward head first, that's the reason why. But I'm really glad that wasn't called, because I think that, depending on the referee, that definitely was probably something they could have thrown a flag for. Steve-O Supremo says, we got lucky with 1 sec left to kick that field goal. I didn't like that clock management. I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that, man.
I 100% feel that. I mean, but when it comes down to it, Brock Purdy didn't have to fire a cannon. He could have.
There's something wrong.
That a little bit, huh?
There's something wrong with your microphone.
Mike.
You sound like a robot.
Yep.
Do I?
Yeah.
Let me move that.
You sound like an alien, or we are an alien.
I think sometimes what happens. Oh, I know what's going on. Hold on.
No,
I just restarted. I just restarted my phone. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you sound good.
I was just looking at. I just restarted my phone. Sometimes it likes to connect to the earbuds too.
Roger that.
But so that throw he made, he kind of cannoned it instead of throwing it a little bit lower. So it hits, like, if it hits a person, that counts as out of bounds. Hit somebody with it, dude. Don't be afraid. They're standing over. They're watching. They know what's coming.
Hit them in the balls.
So, yeah. But the clock doesn't stop until the ball hits the ground.
Yeah.
So, or a person also counts as out of bounds.
That was really nice. Honestly,
but I mean, 1 second, that was like that was splitting hairs right there.
Yeah, I really thought it was 2 seconds. When the broadcast showed it, it was 2 seconds. So I don't know how they got to 1 second there, but he got it done. Luckily,
when what's his name? He went out of bounds. Number 3, number three. What's your name? Oh goodness, our number 3, wide receiver,
Ray
Jennings.
Ray.
Oh, Ray.
He went out of bounds and he got hit.
Yeah,
I was like, "Where's the flag?" But there was no flag in that play.
I saw that play too, and there wasn't one. And I thought that they could have possibly called one.
Yeah.
Then what was it?
I overall like the calls today by the refs, if I'm being honest. I know I'll usually critique them, but I think both ways they were pretty fair today. You got a holding call on Bosa today for the first time really ever. So that was really nice.
I saw that. I was like, they actually called it. Wow.
I'm telling you, they set the tone early with that shit. They said, we ain't letting this shit slide today. You guys better be on point. Dallas O-line.
Yeah.
Keith Cheatham says, hope CMC is okay. Saw them working on his calf on the sideline. That's just muscle tightness, man, is what it looks like. Just eat some potassium, some bananas, get hydrated, drink that Gatorade, all that type of stuff. He should be fine, man. We got a nice, good week of preparation and rest ahead of us, so they should be good. CMC is an all-around professional, so I'm sure he's going to be smart about tonight. And, one thing I noticed.
Hey,
go ahead.
You know what we do? Games back east. So tomorrow's the day off. Tuesday's the day the coaches, not for the coaches, though, they're studying tape. Tuesday's the day the players study tape. But Tuesday morning is when we fly back to, the 49er facility back east.
Wherever, I don't know where we're going to fly out to as well and practice, because we're probably going to practice out there near Philly, but I think we're actually going to practice here and then fly out to Philly on Saturday.
Normally back east, we'll fly back east because Oh my goodness! I used to know where our facility is back there.
Hey,
but I think it's in Ohio. But in Ohio is where Ed DeBartolo used to live, and he had a big facility that was dedicated to the 49ers.
Yeah.
And and since the Yorks take over and we're playing back there, they'll fly the team out like early in the week, and then they'll practice back there. Get acclimated to the time zone, which Philadelphia is going to be cold. So it's going to be a good idea to fly back there, get acclimated to the cold and the time zone.
Well, right? I would say go practice in Colorado again. That bode well for the Cardinals game on Monday Night Football. But real quick,
the elevation too.
Real quick, Shifty's backstage. We have less than 10 minutes. I want to let him give some quick thoughts. Everybody go check out Corey Davis. Type in his name. He has his show weekly. So you guys go check him out, subscribe and all that stuff. Do you guys have any really quick closing thoughts? I'm going to let Shifty in. But go ahead, David McNiner real quick, and then we'll go Corey.
Well, we got the green chickens next week. We got to go to that landfill of a stadium that Philly plays in, and we got to get the W. One game at a time, baby.
Yes, sir. Hey, David, thanks for joining us as always, man. Hopefully we could do a show tomorrow or something.
Hit me up. I'll come.
Yeah. All right, bro.
All right,
take
buddy.
care. Have a good night. Corey.
Yep.
And then there were two.
Yeah, we just got play next week, play our defense, play our kind of game, and beat them Eagles.
Yes, sir.
And like Nana Wolfgang said, you can find my channel on Corey Davis, like it's spelled on the screen. Please come and subscribe. And
yes,
also make sure y'all subscribe to Nana Game Whoopcast. If you haven't yet, hit that like button.
Tune in with this at Corey Davis's channel. Most likely Wednesday, I believe.
Yep.
But all right, Corey. Thanks as always, man. Right. Have a great night, man. Good seeing you.
You too.
All right. We're gonna welcome Shifty onto the stream real quick. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Let's go. We beat the frickin' Cowboys, man. The Cowboys are donezo. See you later. See you next week. See you next season, Dallas Cowboys.
Hell yeah.
Adios. We'll see you next year. And man, how great.
Good riddance and goodbye.
At the end of the day, how great was it? Back-to-back years. Steve-O Supremo, you're not that far off the truth. At the end of the day, how great was it that we beat the Cowboys back-to-back years in the playoffs? We talk about rivalry. The Niners now. If any Cowboy fan ever wants to talk trash, it's like, we beat you guys. We knocked you guys out of the playoffs back-to-back years. By the end of the day, let's talk about it a little bit. We beat the Cowboys. We move on to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles looked great. Make no mistake about it. This is going to be a very tough matchup for the San Francisco 49ers. I think that there are a lot of ways that we can beat the Eagles. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be a very tough matchup. But, I just think that we need to bask in the fact that we just knocked the Cowboys out of the playoffs. All their players, they were like, we're going to the NFC Championship game. Skip Bayless, all those guys.
Yeah.
Dunzo. You're out of here.
Shout out Stephen A. Smith for having our back. Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
I'm sure, you look at all the sports shows tomorrow morning. It's going to be great. But I do think that the Niners have a good chance to make the Super Bowl. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles, and they destroyed the Giants, and full credit to them. But I just think this Niners team, whether of course you can maybe talk about like destiny, you talk about whatever, but we just have so much talent. And people talk about the Niners haven't seen a team like the Eagles. Well, you know what? The Eagles have not seen a team like the San Francisco 49ers,
100%.
and especially not our defense. But then you look at our offense. McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk. And I think that one of the things that happened in the game today, and full credit to Dallas because they played a great game and it was a very close game. And let's give them their credit where it's due. But they kind of knocked us out of our game plan pretty early.
Yeah,
so
that
I
D
think
line.
we still have a bunch of plays drawn up for Debo, for Ayuk, for Kittle that no one's even seen yet.
Oh yeah,
and I,
the
look,
bag.
Yeah, exactly. And I look, the Eagles, they're going to be favored going into this game, and fair enough. Vegas, they have to make their money, and I think it's going to be a very close game with Philadelphia. But when I think about this game, it's when I think about the Niners, I just think about we find ways to win games, and that's what really good teams do.
Yes,
Bad teams find ways to lose games, and we've seen it all season long. Where a bad team, it's like, oh well, man, there's 10 minutes left, they should win this game, and then they end up losing. But we're a good team. We find a way to win the game, and eventually we were able to get into our offense. The defense played great, I thought, outside of a couple of plays, and I just think that I think we have to give the 49ers credit where it's like,
hell yeah.
We beat the Seahawks easily. The game against the Cowboys, it wasn't easy, but the Cowboys were 12-5 this year. They're a good team, and they've beaten these Philadelphia Eagles just a couple weeks ago. So it's I feel pretty good heading into the Philadelphia game. Of course, got to look into the Eagles a little bit more throughout the next few days, but I think that there's many different scenarios where the Niners beat the Eagles, where we could be headed to the Super Bowl. Eagles are going to be favored, and they're going to be full of confidence. But I think this defense, man, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, man. I'm going to be honest. The Eagles' run game scares me a little bit, man, just because you add Jalen Hurts into that and it becomes 11-on-11 football, man. So that's a little worrisome. They got a decent receiving core, so we'll see, man. We only have a couple minutes here, but Shifty, I appreciate you. Stick around with me backstage real quick. I want to get some info from you real quick. But everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. Go make sure you guys go check out Shifty's 49ers Talk. He has an awesome channel over there, man. He does the live play-by-play reactions. He has a great time over there, man. It's a good time, man. And he has a really great content he puts out there, guys. So go tune into his channel, Shifty's 49ers Talk. Sub him up and tune into his stuff. I'm going to close out the show now, guys. I know there's a bunch of comments more, but I have to close down before the 2-hour mark. Please continue to tune in with us. Hopefully, we should be doing a live stream tomorrow night. And I'm going to try and work things out with Shifty as well because I need to get him on my show. So we're gonna talk backstage. But everybody, I really appreciate you for being here. Go please subscribe and like if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I go live, anytime I put anything up. And anybody who still wants to smoke, any Eagles fans, Cowboy fans, all that stuff, continue to tune in because we're going to have this discussion all week, guys. Appreciate you. Have a great night. Go Niners.